is larva. That's fantastic. Well, do I see a queen? I'll be honest, I am terrible at queen spotting. I know that I don't have a marked queen, which is part of the problem. Terrible at queen spotting. I know there's some people that are just, boom, they got it every time. I am not one of those people. Alright. Well, that will likely be the end of my inspection, because the whole purpose of this was I wanted to confirm without the shadow of a doubt that I had a laying queen and that all was right with the world. Sorry, they're clustered on here, and if there's that much larva and that much brood in there, I want to be careful about how I'm putting them back in. I don't want to roll the queen by accident or anything like that. So, alright. Well, that is really heartening. Again, I was a little bit worried. As you can see from a colony standpoint in this little gap, I have tons and tons of bees down in, especially in the bottom box. And that looks to be where they're building the most, is down there. All of those new looking frames, you can see the difference there. They are building on that, which is great. So they are building up for the winter, but we're also storing honey, which is I was worried about. But time and time again, they prove to me that they know better than I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it back up, and just basically be content with the fact that my new brood box is being built in. We do have a substantial amount of larvae on this top box. The entire frame was chock full of it, which is great. And so I do have a laying queen that's been there in the last week or so. I didn't get to see any eggs, and I didn't queen spot. She may have very well been on that frame. But one of the things I was told early on, and I think it's important, is if you see you've got a laying queen, you don't have to see the actual queen to know that they're okay. But there were a couple of hive beetles in here, but nothing that they can't handle. They are doing a really good job of sealing the box. You see these little more ants, more black ants. But they're keeping the bad stuff out and the good stuff in. And shockingly, even though I didn't think there were very many resources right now, I assumed building up the box that they would be taking all the wax and using that to build up all of the frames in here. They are still building out the frames. You can even see right here on that frame, when they start linking arms like that, it's called festooning. And what they're doing is they're planning out the new comb. So you can see when they're kind of all clustered under that piece right there, they're going to start building out comb on that frame, which is exactly what I want them to do. And the queen excluder is doing its job. It's keeping the queen out of the top box. So I am going to go ahead and put that back on. Put my excluder right here. But they are still happy and healthy, which is exactly what I want them to be. Oh, wait, I can't do that yet. I have to put the frames back in. So let's go ahead and put their little empty space frames here back in place. Now this is an 8-frame box, and with an 8-frame box there is a lot of extra room. So you got to be careful of your spacing, because if you leave them too much bee space on one side or another, they will build comb on the wall. I learned that early. If you go back and watch one of my earlier videos, That bottom box had quite a lot of excess wax just from my placement being poor. I had them too close, too tight, and too much bee space. So there is a limit to how much you want to give them. All right. So I only put 2 filled out frames in the top here for them to build on. 3, sorry. This one, and this one. And just alternated. These other 3 are brand new. But they are already building on this one. I'm going to put my queen excluder back on. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and pause it here so I don't mess anything up to seal it back up. But the flow frames are way fuller than I thought they were, which is awesome. It means we probably will get a fall harvest. My goal was to have them fill up the brood box so that at some point I assumed the flow frames would be empty, and then I could just take the flow frames off for the winter, because you don't leave those on, and just have them build up resources in the bottom. But instead, the queen's doing her job. She's got a ton of newbies that'll be coming in on the scene here soon. They are building out wax, so the next time I do an inspection, we should see more comb built out, and we should see more brood, because the queen has more room, so she can grow that. And then who knows if we're coming into, I'm in Savannah, Georgia, but we're coming into a season where sumac will be in bloom, a lot of the trees, fall trees, fall flowers, things like that. So we should get another big surge of nectar, and if they've got all these, this kind of boost in bees, because we gave them the extra room, then there should be more production to go out and fill up. Now, more bees also mean that they need more resources for themselves, so it's a balancing act. But we were able to get about 6 gallons of honey out of the past 4 months. And my goal was to get 10 to 12 for the year, but I didn't plan to add the middle box. So now that we've got that extra brood box in place, I'm kind of anticipating maybe a little bit less from a production standpoint. But anyway, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. This is about a 30-minute video, so if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for your time. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions, please comment. Let me know. This has been a labor of love for me, but this is a backyard beehive. I'm probably, 25 feet from my back porch, and it's been a really wonderful experience for me, and I hopefully have taught some people a few things about beekeeping, and that it's actually quite easy to do in a backyard for anybody and everybody. But I love comments, questions, and things that have come through here, and hope to get more. With that said, I'm going to set you down here so that I can get my gloves off and all that fun stuff. And I hope you enjoy, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.